Hi. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a fraudulent bank statement before. Let's get one up on the screen. Can anyone detect the fraud? It's okay if you can't. Most people can't. But I'll prove to you in a few minutes that it's fraudulent. We've done this test around the world with fraud analysts, people with 20 years of experience, where we've told them the document is fraudulent, and still they miss 90% of the signals. It's not their fault. They're undetectable to the human eye. So companies around the world are trusting these manual review teams to be the first line, and sometimes the only line of defense to keep fraudsters out of the business and reduce fraud losses. Yet the task is impossible, because you cannot detect it with the human eye. But at Inscribe, we're here to stop that. My name is Brent Casper, VP of Sales and Success.
And I'm Ronan Burke, CEO and co-founder of Inscribe. And today, we're going to show you how you can reduce risk and grow revenue, all with the power of AI and Inscribe.
Let's take Jane Deere here. We want to write her a loan. We're going to probably ask for some documents, like bank statements, pay stubs, information like that. But we want to make sure that it's the right documents. We don't want a bank statement from 2 years ago or 6 months ago. We want maybe something from the last 30 or 60 days. So we're going to verify that in real time so that she can move quickly and effectively through the process. We're going to make sure that it's the right documents every single time, and as she uploads those documents, whether it's through our portal, our API, or our web app, we're going to start reviewing those. In this scenario, these look like the right documents, and we're going to submit them into Inscribe. Now, immediately what happens is we start checking them through our network-based signals to determine fraud reliably. We present that to you in a trust score, a score from 0 to 100, that allows you to quickly look at your applications to determine the veracity of that applicant.
And Trust Score is one of the many ways we use AI today to detect fraud and increase trustworthiness. And to build a trust score, we base it on 3 factors. 1, our familiarity with the document. 2, any anomalies or false positives we've seen on similar documents. And 3, the severity of the fraud signals.
Let me break that down for some of us that aren't engineers in the room. What that means is you can make programmatic decisions with Inscribe's trust score. You can approve and reject applicants with your own risk profile in mind. It's the first time ever that you're actually able to think, what is my risk tolerance for these type of applications? Let's say you're an SMB lender, small loans, lots of volume. You might set a trust score at 75 because you want to approve the vast majority of your pipeline very quickly through the business. Maybe you're a business lender, really big loans, and almost everything needs to be reviewed at least once with a manual review. Inscribe can support both of those options. We give you the context to move through your applications quickly and with the confidence to make the right decisions. But in the case of Jane here, let's double check and look at what a manual review might look like.
So as you can see here, Inscribe caught a lot of fraud. For example, if a previous version of the document was able to be recovered, if software was used to modify the document in some way, if the format of the document deviates from what we were expecting, which is an example of one of our network-based detectors, or if the creation date and modification date don't match, and many more. And just double-clicking into X-ray, what we can do here is actually recover the previous version. So on the left-hand side, you can see the version that was provided to you, and as we slide the slider over, you can see the version that we were able to recover. And you can instantly see the fraud that has been perpetrated here in terms of editing the name and address. Inscribe uncovers this in seconds, which would previously be undetectable to the human eye.
So I hope I kept my promise in proving to you that this document was fraudulent. But these details matter. The context matters. Why? Because when we're rejecting Jane here, we're not only going to reject the application, but we're going to add Jane to the block list. We're going to say, Jane, you're never going to defraud us again. Because why? Fraudsters continually use the same information over and over and over again to perpetuate fraud against our businesses. How do we know this? We had a customer of ours do a test of all their credit losses with Inscribe. They found the same person defrauded them 10 different times. This is a company that had manual review processes, top-tier security experts reviewing these applications, yet they missed it. Because pattern matching at a global level is impossible with people. It's virtually impossible to detect someone hitting your target across multiple business units. You need the power of AI to support you in this fight.
And what's even more powerful about AI is how it gets better and better over time to help you detect more and more fraud. At Inscribe, we are the creators of the document fraud detection category, and we've been building and training our models on millions of data points over the past half-decade. We've also been assembling a team of the brightest machine learning engineers and data scientists who've been using the latest models available. And finally, and most importantly to you all, we pride ourselves on the security and usability of our AI, so you can trust us to keep your data safe and act on the insights we provide to you.
As the salesperson, let me simplify that for you. What that's going to do is allow you to find the fraud quickly, approve the right customers fast, and if you in a more simpler term, reduce your fraud losses and increase your revenue.
Thanks for your time today. If you'd like to learn more about how you can use AI to reduce risk and grow revenue, please check out our booth. We'd love to chat.
Cheers.